A veces, el otro equipo piensa que tiene alguna posibilidad de ganar. Eso me pone furioso.
Prepárate para vivir las series más exitosas, más internacionales, más populares. Porque Tele1 tiene lo mejor para que tus sentidos lo disfruten. El canal que te atrapará en el entretenimiento. Goza en grande cada momento en compañía de toda la familia. Series donde tus sensaciones explotan y no conocen los límites. Tele1 siempre está a la vanguardia con las mejores series de América. Atrévete, no limites tus opciones y disfruta intensamente. Tele1, solo lo mejor.
Our final stop and our look back at match day 1 of the UEFA Champions League is the Parc de France in Paris for the game between Paris Saint-Germain and IFK Gothenburg of Sweden. Well, Paris Saint-Germain have got a great record in Europe over the last few seasons. They've won the European Cup Winners' Cup. They were runners-up in that competition last year, and they looked dangerous early on here. IFK Gothenburg nearly creating a fatal error at the back. Simone's shot though goes just wide.
Well, Simone dips in, he's taking the ball away from the player coming across. Watch, he just shows a little bit too much of it. Simone hammers it.
Paris Saint-Germain though did take the lead. The goal came in the 27th minute. Ball nicely laid back by Simone. And then Gotti there volleys that in from just outside the penalty area.
Well, and Gotti waits on his opportunity, waits on the ball to fall properly to him. A couple of opportunities for Gothenburg to get the ball out there, but instead they play themselves back into trouble. It's laid back to Gotti, and he nails it by the keeper from a long way out. Look at the patience he shows, waiting on the ball to bounce exactly where he wants it.
Paris Saint-Germain 1, Gothenburg 0. 60 seconds later, we had another glorious opportunity. A move that was set up by Rai. Simone tries a shot from outside the penalty area. He goes just wide. Well, Gothenburg have been pinned back for most of the first half. They had this opportunity though in the 39th minute. A free kick that whistles past the offside. Landberg was the player with the shot.
Landberg a little bit unfortunately doesn't catch the net here. He beats everybody. The keeper's beaten too, but the ball is just off the target.
And 60 seconds later, another great opportunity for the Swedish champions. Again, denied, this time by the foot of the upright.
Andersson's the man inside. He gets the initial header on it. He drives it across to Eriksson. He hits it, and it comes off the foot of the post. Great opportunity, filed by the post. The keeper's out of the play again.
Stopping sign at the end of the first half. Another great opportunity for the Swedish champions as they try to trip the goalkeeper. Volvo comes up with a big save and pushes it away.
Alexanderson is the man with a long distance shot. This time the keeper comes flying across with that top hand and knocks it away.
So in Paris at half-time, Paris Saint-Germain 1, IFK Gothenburg 0. 6 minutes after the restart, Paris Saint-Germain get a fortunate break. A terrible own goal there, scored by Teddy Lucic as he was trying to clear it. He gave Ravelli no chance, and that made it 2-0.
Oh, he's trying to hook the ball away. Gab is the man who plays it across to him, putting the pressure on him. He's just trying to hook it off the side of his foot. Instead, he misjudges it a little bit, and he actually hits it with his leg. Look at that, he hits it just below the knee and knocks it into the net.
Paris Saint-Germain 2, IFK Gothenburg 0. Gothenburg, though, did have their opportunities. This time, a long shot from Alexanderson goes just wide.
Well, Alexanderson's been trying very hard. It looks like he hit the corner of the net this time, but the ball turns away at the last moment.
Then in the 81st minute, the referee spotted a shirt pull there. Paul Durfin, the English referee, seeing Simone's shirt being tugged, it's a penalty.
Well, I think it's a very tough call. You can see there's very little of anything here except two players going to the ball, and Paul Durfin points towards the penalty spot.
Right, he steps forward to take the penalty, and despite the antics of Ravelli, puts it in the back of the net.
Well, right, total concentration as he comes up to it. The man from Sao Paulo nails it high on the far side. Ravelli can't get over in time.
So thumbs up in Paris for Paris Saint-Germain as they start off with a victory in the UEFA Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain 3, Gothenburg 0. That's how it finished. he was pleased with the way Paris Saint-Germain performed.
C'est une victoire importante, il fallait absolument partir d'un bon pied. Ce qu'on a réussi à faire, c'était très difficile. Une équipe très bien organisée. On a été solide et on a su être patient, c'est important. On ne s'est pas trop précipité parce qu'on savait que ce serait dangereux en contre.
So look then at the Group E standings. Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich are able to earn the full 3 points on the opening match day and take an early lead in Group E. So we'll look ahead now for match day 2 action and our live game, Manchester United against Juventus from Old Trafford. Check your local listings for times and that'll be immediately followed with a clash from Lisbon between FC Porto and Real Madrid. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our look back at match day 1 for Tommy Smith.
The Greek champions Olympiacos make their debut today in the Champions League. But don't expect a hearty welcome from FC Porto with the attacking power of our tour. And Jardel. Porto's eyes are on the cup. The Champions League is next. Welcome everyone to Athens, Greece on match day 1 of the UEFA Champions League. Get ready for Olympiacos versus FC Porto. Along with Eddie Mike, I'm John Caldwell and Cameron Eddie. Last year, Porto were one of the surprise stories in the Champions League. Can Olympiacos, last year's Greek champs, be that surprise team this year?
Olympiacos, and you can see how they qualified as Greek champions with 84 points runaway wins last year. They had an impressive defensive record, only conceded 14 goals, JP.
Athens finished a distant second place. On the opposite side, Porto had another strong year, and they seem to be a perennial power, unfortunately.
Well, Porto's 9th championship in the last 13 years, JP. They also were runaway winners over Sporting Lisbon. This is a matchup of two teams who have come in with good form.
Group D, Olympiacos, Porto, Real Madrid, and Rosenborg. An outstanding group. Most people figure Real Madrid will finish first. Who might finish second, and that doesn't even qualify you necessarily for the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, first is the prize. You have to shoot for first. You have to go for wins in this competition. You see 4 teams, I think they're equally matched, JP.
Unlike last year in the Champions League, the top 2 teams do not go ahead. It's just the group winners and then the next 2 best second place records. Come back with us. Lineups and kickoff are straight ahead from Athens.
Tema de conversación. Cuando se habla de tecnología avanzada en comunicación celular, Ericsson es el líder mundial.
The PGA Tour presents the 1997 Greater Milwaukee Open. Tight tree-lined fairways provide the challenge of Brown Deer Park Golf Club, but the excitement was found around the greens. Lauren Roberts, the proclaimed boss of the boss, lived up to his nickname with his rock-solid putting. Lauren took a one-shot lead into the clubhouse, but became just another fan watching the show that was to come. On the par 5 18th, Scott Hoke hoped an up and down would force a playoff. Instead, his eagle gave him the lead. Then Hoke himself had to dodge an eagle attempt by David Sutherland. But Scott had already exhausted 18's supply of good fortune. Scott Hoke, the 1997 Greater Milwaukee Open champion.
Captain shaking hands, Karatidis and Aloisio for their respective clubs as we get set to present today's starting lineups between Olympiacos and Porto. And for Olympiacos, the story is going to be a second-string goalkeeper starting. And if they get any goals today, watch for the number 9 player, Alexandros.
Well, Alexandros certainly had a great year in the Greek First Division, getting 23 goals last year to lead all scorers. And he's a man we certainly have to watch for in the goal-scoring category, JP.
Şoçaroglu is the starting goalkeeper today. Normally he was the backup, but there was an injury in game 1 to the normal starter for Olympiacos. So they come in a bit down in terms of having to use the backup goalkeeper for such an important game. They go up against a Porto team. Artur is not in the starting lineup, but when you look at this lineup, they may not need him with players like Jardel and Folha and Barros. This team has a lot of firepower.
Absolutely. What a story Jardel was, scoring 30 goals in 31 league games last year in the Portuguese league, and he certainly took the league by storm.
And if you're counting your João Pinto as that number 19 player is not probably who you think it is, there are 3 players who have played on this team with that same name. He goes by João Manuel Pinto. We are underway. Olympiacos in the red and white stripes, in the blue and white stripes, Porto. 15 on the ball was Pasalas who played it up. Sandor Pool, you remember him? Euro 96, the Champions League final last year in Germany. He officiated, and also in World Cup 94. Played inside and tipped over the bar. Spectacular stuff early. Şoçaroglu.
What a start for a goalkeeper. I mean, an early test. Look at the ball swung in, a deep ball swung in. This is a quality header. That's timing right there. Şoçaroglu, look at that, getting the right hand up and turning it over the bar.
He stopped one of the better ones, Jardel. Şoçaroglu will send it long.
And he certainly featured Jardel in the start, JP, and he certainly made a good impact right off the bat.
He had an outstanding Champions League last year, as did Artur. 7 on the ball. Giannakopoulos. His long cross gets away. Goal kick for Rui Correa.
The atmosphere here, JP, is tremendous. This ground is sold out. The fans are packed in, and they're like an extra player in effect because they're really behind the Greek team.
Well, last year they only averaged 17,000, just under if it was first in the Greek league. But there are a lot more people that have come out to watch the Champions League today. Here's a key player for this side out of the back. Artur is 19. João Manuel Pinto. This is Aloisio, number 4. Playing it long. They'll be looking all day for Jardel. The flag was up.
Porto, they seem to want to lull you to sleep, and then they spring Jardel in a quick counter. I think that's their game plan, just to take the sting out of Olympiacos. Don't give him any hope early on, but definitely looking for Jardel to spring him free.
So our first look at Olympiacos in the Champions League. We've seen Panathinaikos there before. Lifted long by Porto. Rui Barros will be the player that will be controlling things, they hope, out of the midfield. He's their most experienced midfielder.
Very well travelled, isn't he, JP? I mean, he's been to Juventus, done a stint in France with Monaco and Marseille, and he's back at Porto, and he's a very creative player, so good things can come from him.
Olympiacos on the ball. Look at this clever dribbling. Wide to the right side. Touched by 15, Pasalas. Kept on the ground, and they almost put that one through. Call on this near side. Referee's assistant trying to be helpful.
The officials all from Hungary today, the referee and his 2 assistants, and that's obviously there'll be no communication breakdown from the 3.
João Manuel Pinto out of the back in the 4th minute. Scoreless game, Olympiacos and Porto. Foul called by Sandor Pool, just shy of the halfway line.
What's ironic, JP, is that Olympiacos are possibly the biggest team in Greece. They've won the championships 26 times, but internationally on the world scene, you don't really hear about them. Mainly because they haven't done fared well when they've got into the Champions League and European Cups.
A couple of knocks ahead. Here come Olympiacos. That's denied. Many foul with a high foot, myself included. Play continues. Porto on it. 7 is Conceição. Coming forward by Olympiacos. No one near it. Cleared in the 5th minute. Back to the goalkeeper, Şoçoroglu.
These teams are certainly feeling each other out. Players want to get an early touch, they want to do things right and get some confidence carrying forward into the match. No one's really taking any chances right now.
Chipped ahead into space. Keeper was come out, he changed his mind, and it's taken out of the way. That's Jurjevic, Yugoslavian international.
That's an important tackle because Ivic, I believe, was a man on it. He showed a good turn of pace. I think if the tackle hadn't come in right when it was, let's see here, the ball's played over. Ivic has got a run on Jovovic. Look at him there, just making a saving tackle.
Corner kick, they'll play it short. 6th minute. Scoreless game. Sent in by Barros. Another save. That one handcuffed the goalkeeper, had something on it because he seemed to have it positioned well and then had to make a great stop.
Well, if we can get another shot at it, JP, as you're saying, look at this ball moving. If the camera shows it right, this ball is swerving both ways. And Şoçoroglu, the backup keeper, makes another important stop early in this game.
Folia is ready on this corner. And that doesn't make it through. Giannacapola scores!
Those are one of those things you have to witness to correct the position, but that is a tremendous strike. Look how quick Olympiacos break. The ball is set nicely here. Watch it bounce nicely for Giannacapola. This is thumped. Spin, dip, and everything into the top corner. That is a strike. And the keeper, I believe, JP, possibly straight off his line, a yard or two too far, but that ball was moving with velocity.
Ivic set him up with a great pass, well-timed, well-struck, and a surprise early with a goal this early in the game, 6 minutes in. That has stunned Porto, who had 2 good chances, and maybe another. Well, that time the goalkeeper was fortunate. He did come off his line. They did get back, and Porto had 2 great chances to score, did not. And now the home side, pumped up by this great crowd. What a celebration that touched off on that goal.
Yes, you're right. Such an irony. Porto just been knocking on the door. The keeper, Şoçoroglu, made a great save from that swerving shot. And on the quick counter, that's the game. How quick you change from defense to attack. And they countered well and punished Porto.
Taken away by Jurjevic. Jurjevic over the halfway line, looks for some help. Wide to the left side, Alexandros, who has not been a factor so far, but his side's up by a goal. 8th minute. Olympiacos lead, and they get the corner out of it.
Well, all the talk, JP.
All the talk is about this game. Inter Milan and Fiorentina. Ronaldo and Batistuta. For a Latin American audience only on Sunday. Check the local listings for the timing in your area. Sent long on that corner. Olympiacos can't get to it. Now they will with the second effort. Miliadis. That's cleared away.
So it's going to keep going and saying, JP, all the talk before this game was how much respect Olympiacos had for Porto. And coach Dusan Bejovic, really played up Porto, I believe. I think that's a psychological cat and mouse game he was playing. I think his team has responded because they were nervous coming in, I'm sure, but they've responded, gotten the board early. Tremendous start for Olympiacos.
One of the surprise clubs last year in the Champions League. They stunned Milan early in the competition. I don't think many of us realized back then that it was probably a warning sign. Not so much how great Porto might have been, but how poorly Milan was going to do last year.
Well, last year's Champions League, and I know you covered extensive games, certainly highlighted the demise of some teams and the emergence of a lot of new teams. And Porto, as you say, was one of them.
Strange not to have Ajax or Milan, the Champions League. Was that not a trick? So the crowd thinks there is no call. João Manuel Pinto was back there. 10th minute, a 1-0 lead. We'll see how important that first goal is going to be for Olympiacos. by Barros. Georgiano sends it to the back. Now Georgievich.
Well, this is definitely not a foul. The ball is played by João Manuel Pinto, and then contact is made after the play. Referee Sandro Poole, good decision.
Porto advancing over the halfway line. Trailing early in this one. Lucio at the back. Santos.
Let's just hope Olympiacos don't fall back into a shell and decide, well, we've got our one goal, that will be enough. There's too much time on this clock. And let's hope they come out and keep making a game of it.
Porto trying to play it through. Paulinho Santos couldn't get it by. Now Aloisio right back to his goalkeeper, Rui Correa, who is Vitor Bahia's backup in Euro 96. Rui Barros coming this way. Conceição. Paulinho Santos, number 2. Conceição forced back. Long distance to the wing and an offside flag up. Maybe on 2 players. Foley was one of them. Sandro Poole's coming over and lay the law down.
Well, as you see the long ball going through, and there's 2 players in offside position, JP, and the referee's assistant, his flag goes up duly. But I just sense that Porto were a bit shocked by the goal. I think they obviously have to be there. 2 great chances when the ball ended up in their net. But if you allow a team to play their way back in and give them a lot of possession, they will find a way to get chances.
No room there for Zahovic. Olympiacos defending well. It's their ball to throw it. Verasanovic, international with Bosnia-Herzegovina, on that throw-in, and a foul on Porto. Brought down was Giannakopoulos, who scored that last goal, the only goal.
And that's a way to kick off this Champions League action, isn't it? I mean, you get a goal from 30, 35 yards out. It's got all the qualities of a great goal, dip into the top corner. Nice way to start.
He's a new Greek international, only a couple of caps. Stylianos Giannakopoulos.
Keep shooting like that, I think he'll learn a few more caps down the way.
Porto attacking, 13th minute, down by 1. Rui Barros coming back for it, double team. Up on the way, but Paulinho Santos miskicks it, throw in for Olympiacos.
That was good pressure showed by Olympiacos. They crowded out Rui Barros. That's a ploy you have to use with him, because if you give him time and space, he'll murder you with great passing ability.
Porto trying to get out of their own end here. Barros, probably the smallest player out there in terms of size. This one's going to go out of play. Another throw in. 5, Fernando Mendes. Another Portugal international. Antonio Oliveira is the head coach of Porto. Dusan Bajcevic, head man of Olympiacos. And again, the number 2 goalkeeper comes out strong. Choroglu.
That was really well read, because had he not got off his line soon enough, I believe danger would have been looming there as the forward was in. I believe Folia. Let's see the ball's played through, and another man in offside position. I'm not sure why the flag didn't go up that time. This is well read by the goalkeeper. He just times it right.
Looking for the cross, and it's caught by Choroglu. Big game for him, not only today, but he may get several more games. Eleftheropoulos, their number 1 goalkeeper, injured a knee in the first game, but he's not expected back for a while, so a good result today bodes well for this man's future. Next match day is going to be on October 1st, so it's not far away, and if you get hot with one guy in goal, why change?
Exactly, and when you're back up, obviously you have to take your opportunities as they present themselves. He's certainly played well for the first 15 minutes, JP.
Lots of times these guys come in and they're a bit rattled, a little nervous. He didn't seem to be. Shochiroglu clears. He has the lead. Come to you today from Spiros Louis Stadium in Athens, Greece. It's match day 1 of the UEFA Champions League. Porto and Olympiacos. Giannakopoulos has the only goal in the 6th minute, and what a goal it was. We'll be seeing it on highlight reels all year. It was that good. You'll see it again at halftime too.
And you'll want to see that goal again.
Olympiacos moving it ahead, straight up the middle. Porto not defending well. They allow that long distance shot, but it was blocked a couple of times on its way in. Rui Correa gives it up. Conceição. Paulinho Santos tried to play it up. Aloisio off Rui Barros. No foul called. Yeah, the crowd wanted one. Conceição holds. Here he comes. No room on that right flank. And Olympiacos have that covered. The middle seems pretty vulnerable right there. The defensive midfield for Porto so far. Coming in, no offside. Here's a shot. What a stop off the right hand of Shochiroglu. There was no flag up. I thought there was an offside. Maybe not.
Olympiacos are living dangerously. They're playing a distinct offside trap. All the defenders pull up there. The flag doesn't come. Jardel collects it, and his touch is good. He's bouncing nicely for him. But if he forgets about the goalkeeper, Shochiroglu, who's hot right now. Let's have a look at it. That's perfectly timed, JP.
Excellent.
And a great ball through, and this is good play all around. He collects himself and hits a good shot.
I was hoping for a better angle because live it looked like it had to be offside. Shochiroglu with a pretty awkward save. Normally you punch those out with both hands, but that time he got one hand to it. And this time they were appealing for offside, but they are living dangerous. If you want to play an offside trap, everybody's going to be in sync, and against a team with so many offensive weapons, it could be disaster.
Right, there's the key there. This team has forwards who are very smart, and they won't just run straight forward. They'll time their runs and run across the line. You're going to get caught now with them, JP.
We have our first booking. Zahovic is going to get carded. Yellow card for Zahovic. Coach Oliveira is not too happy, but he's not too happy either looking up at that scoreboard. Thought it might be more favorable to his side as Sandor Pool has the name in the book. There's Alexandros, their leading scorer, the league leader in Greece with 23 goals a year ago.
Yes, there's a lot of pulling there in the midfield, and Zahovic was going to make sure he wasn't going to get past him.
So our first caution. Play on to Sandor Pool. Olympiacos on the steal. They play it through, and a knock inside the box is not going to be called. In the 19th minute.
Alexandros was the man going through, and he was looking for the call there. There was contact made, but the referee decided it wasn't significant enough.
Good idea, that ball played in a space intended for Barros.
You can see that offside trap, they're going to rely on it. They're not going to abandon it, and good luck to them, because I don't recommend that as a way to play on this higher level, JP.
Players that can time their runs like Jardel. It's no wonder he scored so many goals a year ago. He has great strength in the air, can shoot with either foot, but when you can time your runs like that, you will get a lot of chances.
And when you have a player like Rui Barros who can supply you with the passes at the right time.
No room on that sideline for Conceição. Jurjevic knocked it out.
So the thinking is, when you play the offside trap, is to condense the field and keep the area that you're playing in small. But these are full-size pitches, 120 by 80, so there's a lot of field to condense there.
Sent long the other way, and that is going to be whistled down. The flag was up again. So much of the offside situation, the offside trap is in timing, and I'm not sure it's a great idea either with another goalkeeper, different goalkeeper in there.
Exactly, your backup goalkeeper doesn't get a regular chance to work with these players, as we see Antonio Oliveira, the coach of Porto, shouting instructions. And it's all about communication, JP, and I think AC Milan of recent times with Baresi back there did it to perfection, you know, for my money.
Weird not to see Baresi playing again this year. Spent about 20 years with AC Milan. Now he's an executive with the club.
They may get him out of retirement soon enough, JP.
Junior Santos, they're going backwards. Correa.
I have that suspicion that Olympiacos have said, well, we're just going to play a containing game now and hit on the counter, which is not going to please their fans because they're packed in here looking for action. Porto are going to control the play if they do that.
This one goes out of play for a throw-in. Coming up for our Latin America audience only, Atalanta versus Sampdoria. That's Jurgen Klinsmann's new team. Check it out, Italian Serie A football this Sunday. Myself and Tommy Smith will have the call of that one. Latin America audience only.
It's always nice to see where Klinsmann ends up playing, and he's back in Italy, and I think his appetite for the game is back. He could have a sparkling season, JP.
I still think he's going to finish up in the United States in Major League Soccer in the end.
That would be nice for American fans, wouldn't it?
Nearly 21 minutes gone. Olympiacos has the lead, but you can't really say the edge. It's just that one goal that was the difference. The better chances have certainly come Porto's way. The story of today could be the backup goalkeeper and a brilliant goal. Barros went airborne, got some help from Anatolis. And then this one goes out. Milosavljevic controlling. Porto looking for some room down that left wing. Shoulder to shoulder, then some. Great cut of the byline. Barros couldn't get it through to Jardel.
It's all a bit scrappy right now, Jake, and I believe it's because Porto have had to change their strategy. Their game plan's gone out, and we know they're going to have to do something different. And so have Olympiacos. I don't think they anticipated this early lead, and they've certainly changed and sat back a bit.
From the left wing, this cross inside is punched out. Morgan was looking. Throw in for Porto. Long distance shot. Jordan has been here since 1994, but he was in fact the backup.
His comments before the game was certainly confident man. He said he's just going to treat this as a hard training session, do nothing special, just come out and perform the way the team expects him to do.
Whistle on that foul call. Both of these teams are bringing back pretty much the majority of the core players that won it for them last year. The big absentee, actually for both teams, is Dominguez from Porto, who's now playing with Tenerife. But otherwise, it's not totally status quo, but it's very close. The big guns are back.
Yes, and why not? Because both of them won their league championship handsomely. You know, Porto by 13 points and Olympiacos by 12. And, you know, they certainly, you know, commanded their league from the opening day to finish. So this nucleus, they're hoping can carry them through, and they've just added players for depth for this Champions League campaign.
How about Olympiacos? 14 goals allowed, a league record in Greece. I mean, you go a whole year, only 14 goals, and talk about discipline. 4 red cards in 36 games total.
I don't care what league you're talking about. To concede 14 goals in 34 games is incredible.
Hoping that defense can keep them alive here. Protecting the 1-0 lead. Well, they're in a bit of a shell early.
That was a good sign. They actually spread the field. They got in a wide position across here. You know, they stretched Porto. That's what you need to do against a disciplined team.
Getting ready for this corner kick. There are players already getting ready on the sideline, stretching as if they may be coming in soon.
No, what this is, JP, you want your players mentally focused, and if they just sit on the bench for the first 45, to bring them off is too much mentally. So the coaches always have them get a couple of runs in and just go game level and see the pitch and get a flavor of that, a taste of the atmosphere.
Correa on that long clearance. Alexandris. And then Nidiadis lost it. Olympiacos forced back toward their own side of the field. A lot of pressure on Anatolakis. That's one of the goalkeeper's first errors, as he lost possession, but Olympiacos, no problem, they've got it right back. And Yanis plays it across. 15 is Pasales.
Yeah, that's good interplay. The first time passing, they've gone from one side to the next. That's unfortunate that they couldn't continue the move there. That's nice, confident play by Olympiacos.
Montesao. Through there. Montesao double team, lost it. Yevich busted him up. Alexandros pushed it forward, and that's too far.
But your observation there, JP, they are double teaming the wide players for Porto. That was a tactic used by Juventus brilliantly against Ajax last year in the Champions League semi-final. It works if you can get the players in sync and get them over there quick enough.
Aloisio giving it up on the left side. Porto with a possession game here. They're down by 1. Almost 26 minutes gone in the first half. That's a great goal scorer. Alexander's playing a lot of defense that time.
That tells you something about the importance of this match, doesn't it? Nights are something special, and the fans here are going to get impatient because they're used to seeing their team dominate teams in their league and be all over them offensively. You know, in Europe, the teams are equally paired. You have to be patient.
Jurjevich, number 11, couldn't get by. It's a center pool.
Well, this is good positive attacking by Jurjevich. They've been going by. Just an obstruction call. I don't believe there's a yellow card shown, but that was a good positive move made.
So Sal brought it down. 28th minute, 1-0. Olympiacos leading. Going after the ball, Georgiatos, who has 9 caps for Greece, scored 6 goals for his club last year. Jurjevich, formerly with Red Star Belgrade, ready. Bends it. The keeper is coming out, changed his mind, and somehow that's headed wide.
Well, there's the key word, JP. Somehow that was headed wide because the ball into the box was immaculate. And you can't ask for a better ball than this. Look at this. This is hit right with the right pace. He just doesn't get enough on it. He's flicked it instead of probably putting the ball back to where it came from. That should have been a goal.
It's a Yugoslavian connection. Jurjevich was looking for Ivic. Aloisio is back. 28 minutes gone in the first half. Olympiacos at home with a lead. Played long. The offside flag is up that time. Bell says
they certainly got lucky there because number 2, Verisanovic, almost played them on there. He's the last guy and he's not in sync with the rest of them. He's very close to playing them on it. That's where it breaks down when one guy just falls asleep for a second, loses his concentration.
Watching ESPN's continued coverage of the UEFA Champions League, match day 1 from Athens, Greece. Olympiacos leading on a Giannakopoulos goal in the 6th minute. We'll see it again at halftime. Along with Eddie Mighton, I'm John Porto on the camera. Thanks for joining us today. This is Porto on the attack in the blue and white. Rui Barros on the turn. Can't find anyone open. Maybe he can. Here's the cross the other way. Got the goalkeeper going back and forth, and then he clears off the right foot. Şoçaroglu has been very impressive from all facets of his game today.
You know what happens when a goalie gets that hot, JP? We see it in all kinds of sports. All of a sudden it keeps going, and he just has one of those nights where he's not going to be beaten.
I'm impressed with his overall awareness. And when he does make a mistake, he gets back.
In that time, the ball was chests were back to him, it wasn't the recommended thing to do, and he just dealt with it safety first, booted it away. Look at the concentration in his face there. He's applauding his defenders for their effort.
Played across and cleared by Olympiacos. 30th minute.
Porto up to this point, JP, I don't believe has showed enough attacking creativity. You know, they're throwing in crosses, but the crosses are somewhat aimless. They're going to need to be a bit more precise, as they were in the first 5 minutes when they carved out 2 good chances.
Aloisio. He is going to make a change. These guys weren't just stretching. Antonio Oliveira has seen something that he doesn't like very early.
Absolutely, and I don't know what it was, obviously. You know, I thought they were just stretching, but he is going to make an adjustment, and he's not going to wait around for it.
You never know about injured players. They hide that, especially at this level, so maybe he gave someone a chance, and they're not making it. Or maybe he just doesn't like the room that Olympiacos has had here.
I think both suppositions could be the case right now. There could be someone injured, and there could also be someone who's just not performing up to the role that he's expected to.
Man, you just saw Bajevic used to play for Yugoslavia. How about this? 37 caps, 29 goals. So he could put the ball in the back of the net. Played in the '74 World Cup too.
Maybe he taught Giannakopoulos how to shoot, because he certainly buried that one.
Great goal. And you'll see it again at halftime on our halftime highlights, plus highlights from some other games on match day 1. Right through, and that's no competition at all for the referee's assistant. That was an easy one.
Yes, the defense were in total sync that time, and they all moved up as one line and kept the high line. Look at it, the last defender realizes where he is, pulls up, and when the ball was played, those 2 men absolutely on their own.
Olympiacos looking for more. Oh, nice cut of the ball inside of the box. And then cleared though by Porto. Throwing coming up.
The crowd are really appreciative. That was skill at the highest level. Good awareness also to make the pass complete.
Maybe we'll see the substitution be allowed now. Barroso is on the sideline. He was on last year's title team, and it's going to be João Manuel Pinto who will leave. They list Barroso as a midfielder. They list João Manuel Pinto as a defender. We'll see if there's some juggling going on here.
Well, there's certainly no visible signs of an injury by João Manuel Pinto, so as you say, we've got to keep an eye on it, see if it's a tactical adjustment. He's slotted right into the midfield there, so I think they might be gambling, JP, just playing it through at the back.
Olympiacos looking for some room in the 33rd minute. Porto putting on some pressure. It pays off. It's Barros trying to get by. No foul call there. They should be calling one and bringing it back. Barros was detained by a jersey pull. Chatos appeared guilty.
Well, she got it right. The referee showed some common sense to let it go. The advantage didn't work out, so by rule you're allowed to bring it back. You see the shirt pulling occurring there. Barros is a really tiny guy, and he can use his size to nimbly get around players. It just didn't work for him, so the referee gave him a second bite with a free kick.
Another one. This time in Barros. Now he's getting even.
He's a diminutive figure, isn't he? He's a pocket dynamo, really. Barros is well-traveled, well-experienced. He certainly puts himself about and works hard.
Bajevic feeling the effects of that one. Later on tonight, you will see Brazilian football, Vasco da Gama versus Paraná. Check your local listings for the time in your area. Edmundo, remember him? 6 goals a week ago in 1 game.
And he ended up staying on the pitch, JP, which is good signs for Vasco.
Somebody probably also missed a penalty.
It's incredible. You get 6 and you miss a penalty. guess he only wanted 2 match balls.
He's going to Fiorentina. That should be interesting once the Brazilian season ends. And a whistle on that foul.
Well, Porto really have to come alive now, because I think they've been a bit subdued right now. They've got to start throwing people more into attack and getting that ball there.
Jardel was a factor early. Not so the last maybe 15 minutes or so, but he's not had the service either.
Yeah, they've gone away from him a bit, and that was exactly what they were doing earlier in the first half, getting the ball to him in good quick attacking position. Jardel did well there just to get his head to it.
Porto have about 10 minutes left in this first half to generate something.
Yes, it looks like the substitutions, they're going to gamble, especially when they have possession, just keeping 3 at the back, and Barros is slotted into the midfield. And they're coming with numbers at Olympiacos.
Barros plays it back. And Mendes with a poor pass from that left side. Throwing for Olympiacos. Rui Barros recalled to the national team after an 18-month absence. You hear a lot of stories like that throughout the world of soccer. Stripped to the ball is Masanas.
That's a great challenge by Mendes. Just timing his tackle, getting his foot in and coming away with the ball, which is all important.
Also Gibbs. Third up the left side, 1 flick, and the flag up. Jardel down the middle. This ball.
So keep harping on this offside trap, but look how they hold their position. Then on the flick, they just let the runners go. They have no intentions of running back their defenders with any of the forwards.
I know you coach in college soccer. How difficult is it, in your opinion, to teach that offside trap?
Well, I think it's incredibly difficult, depending on the level you play at. But on this level especially, because the forwards can read the game so much better. You know, a clever forward will know it's coming, will just hold his ground, and once in a while they're going to get in. On our level, well, it's impossible to teach them.
Blame it on coaching.
Yeah.
Back to the action, 38th minute. Olympiacos leading by a goal. Tuck in on that side. Aloysius says he got ball. Sandro Pool may say otherwise. If he does, it'll be a booking.
Yes, the tackle's just slightly late. The ball's gone, and that is a deserved yellow card. To be honest, Aloysius was just fractionally late. He was going for the ball, to his credit, to be fair to him, but Sandro Pool's telling the player to get up and let's get the game going.
I saw the positioning of Sandro Pool on that one, because until you see a replay of that, you have the opinion that maybe Aloysius got the ball, but he didn't. And the referee to make that call is going to be an excellent position.
Yeah, because it happens so fast, JP. You know, in one sense you could think the forward dove, and in another sense you could think the defender got the ball. So we're lucky we got replays here.
Free kick, Olympiacos. Inside the box, nowhere near it, in a red and white striped uniform anyway. Brought back down, Olympiacos looking to go wide, and that's too wide. And Yanni scooped it over.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed, JP, this is such a tremendous venue. I mean, the playing surface is immaculate. They have the track around it, which is standard for European venues, but this atmosphere and the playing surface is fantastic.
Back with possession. Conceição. Right to the halfway line. Again, they'll try to go wide. That's been a ploy all day, and you've got to give a card for that. Versanovic just pulls the player down. No question about it. Third yellow card of the day in this match.
He knew it, and he, in one sense, from his point of view, he had to do it because, you know, the player was in. I believe it was Julovic was in. I mean, he's got his touch around him, and he's off to the races, really, if you don't bring him down.
Julovic will take the free kick. Pumps it inside, headed out. Olympiacos cleared it. and had some help from a teammate to bring it back to the halfway line. Conceição. Oh, he got clothesline coming through. Was that not seen? Somebody coming through got clothesline. Jurjevic is looking away. I'm not sure if it was him or not, but that was a tough hit. Conceição. I'm not sure if he ever saw it coming.
No, he didn't see it coming. That was blatant and premeditated. I'm surprised there wasn't a card there.
Wasn't seen. Headed up. I mean, that's one of the ones you know wasn't seen, or it's called. Whose ball was it? Deflected. Sander Poole said something to Zahovic.
You can just see a bit of frustration on the Porto players. I think they're getting a bit desperate, Jay, because they surely didn't expect to be in this position.
Julovic on the corner. Headed down and out. Porto will get it back on the throw-in. And they're pushed back. Conceição. Again, Jardel's been quiet the last maybe now 20 minutes after a pretty good start. Olympiacos in the interception. Pump long, the player open. By the time the ball gets there, the advantage is lost. Ivic plays it in and it's cleared. Jurjevic settles it, gets some help. Pushed through, Alexandros couldn't get it. Alexandros tried to set up Ivic in the box. 42nd minute, a 1-0 Olympiacos lead. Trying to keep it at least through halftime. Jurjevic going down. Have a little help, so he says.
One thing I like about this player, he is so direct. He don't mess around. He knows once he picks the ball up in those areas, he's just pushing it past defenders. No trickery, just pushing it past them, trying to get around for the return.
Set for the free kick. Swings it inside and shot it wide. And let's use that word somehow again. That was a great, great chance for a goal.
Well, that's the second time Jurjevic has put in a great cross. Where was the marking from Porto? The man at the back was completely wide open. And, as you say, would have, should have, could have, but that possibly should have been a goal.
They could be up now by 3. That was Anatolakis who had that miss.
I'm glad you got that name because I'm struggling with these names a bit, but you know, the way that free kick was put in, look at it, it's right to the back. The shot continues, it's curled right to the back, and the man is completely free.
How about the way Jurjevic takes those free kicks?
Yeah, he's a bit of an expert, isn't he? I mean, he puts it right where he wants it, and he hits it with the right amount of pace. He's finding the open man.
43rd minute, 1-0 Olympiacos leading Porto. Porto will play it wide to the left side. Tackle that. Barasinovic, better be careful, he's already got the 1 yellow. Julovic gives it up to a teammate to take the toss. Paulinho Santos. Or make it Menz on that far side. Fernando Menz should get a corner out of this. No. Menz thought it was a corner. It was deflected, apparently not. Goal kick, Shoroglu.
Ball ricochets back to him. Menz gets the first cross in. I'm sure I agree with that decision there.
Olympiacos leading by 1 coming up at halftime. You'll see how they're up. A great goal scored by Giannakopoulos, plus our halftime stats and more. So keep it here. Halftime just a short while away, depending on injury time. Taken out of the back.
And the pack of this game is definitely established. Olympiacos are going to play the counter game now, soak up the pressure. We saw in the last attack, they really come with numbers once they counter.
Sent into the box, and that's denied by Porto. Anatolakis plays it up. Sanders keeps it on the ground. From the left, this cross, they said handball, no call. Rojano said that was a handball. He had the best view, probably. Here's another chance, and that's denied by Porto. Porto can't afford to give one up here.
Well, you really can't give those, JP. I mean, the ball is struck with a lot of pace, and I think when the hand goes up, you know, the ball hits the hand more than the hand going after the ball. That's a real hard one to give, look at it. I mean, the hand is there.
Whoa. No, I call that one. That's a call. I'm blowing the whistle.
Well, you can give it, but I'm still
his hand moved up.
It certainly looked that way, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you keep your arms down by your side, they'll say it hit you, not you played it. But his hand went up.
There's certainly some flapping going on.
The crowd is still buzzing, to say the least, over that. We're near the end of the half. Maybe we're there right now. Can't hear the whistle. It's that loud in Athens. Giannakopoulos has the only goal, and what a beauty it was.
Yeah, certainly well watching that goal. So we'll go to the second half and take another look at it.
Strange game. Porto had early chances. Probably should have gone ahead, but showed Jorge, number 2 goalkeeper, has frustrated Antonio Oliveira's club. And at halftime, after 45 minutes, Olympiacos playing at home have the one penalty lead over Porto. Will show you how later. Back.
With the start of another football year, be assured that ESPN has your favorite style covered. Latin Football Weekly gives you news and highlights from Central and South America. World Football Report delivers news and notes from around the globe, including Asia. European Football Weekly rounds up all the continent's action. Italian Serie A highlights gets you up close to the hottest league around. For all your football needs, turn to ESPN.
Around the world. And any way you look at it, most men envy these women. Demanding their best, striking a balance, pushing the edge. Watch them on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Budweiser, la cerveza oficial de la Copa del Mundo Francia 98. No lo perderíamos por nada del mundo. Patrocinador oficial de la Copa del Mundo Francia 98. Budweiser.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Qué vas a hacer esta noche?
¿Yo?
¿Quieres cenar conmigo?
¿Seguro?
Te veo a las 8. Un café negro, por favor.
Ericsson, teléfonos móviles sorprendentemente pequeños.
Our road to World Cup 98 continues on ESPN, and Eddie, this should be a great game. Slovakia still have a chance, but Spain is favored there.
Yes, really, the determined game for Slovakia. A win is a must for them, and Spain, for them, they're just in control of this group if they win this game.
The Yugoslavians will be watching that game as well. Spain versus Slovakia, you'll see it here on our road to World Cup 98. And then, Major League Soccer, this would be just as important for playoff position. In the Eastern Conference, the Columbus Crew take on the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. 5 teams in each division, only 4 make the playoffs. Who knows, one of those teams may not make it. That'll be live on Friday. Check your local listings for the time in your area. Well, if you're just joining us, you missed out on a great goal, but fear not, you'll see it later on during our highlight segment. Giannakopoulos scored it. Olympiacos leads on the half.
Right now, you could be doing the one workout that's light years ahead of anything you've ever tried before. The workout that gets twice the results in half the time. The workout that burns up to 1,000 calories an hour.
Get ready to blast into a great body with the newest, most advanced home fitness technology ever designed, the Spacewalker.
With the Spacewalker, you get a full-body workout while strengthening your heart and lungs and streamlining your hips, thighs, and butt.
The Spacewalker gives you a no-impact, no-stress workout.
Work out your legs only, or just your arms, or both at the same time. And you can adjust your speed, even reset the resistance level. You're in total control at all times.
And remember, you can burn up to 1,000 calories an hour, more than with any other workout.
It's a great fat-burning workout.
It's been 2 months and 8 days now, and I've lost between 19 and 22 pounds.
Shed extra pounds. Trim and tone your hips, thighs, and buttocks. Sculpt your arms and shoulders. Boost your metabolism while you glide through the air.
It's fun. It's complete fun. When you get that flying sensation, you'll know what I mean.
The oversized tubular steel frame is built solid and so versatile you can do dips. So portable, you can move it easily. So call now and begin doing the most fun, most effective workout ever. You'll be surprised at how great you'll feel and how great you'll look.
Now available around the world from Interwood. To order and for details on how to purchase in your own currency, call your local number on screen now. This offer is available for a limited time only. Operators are standing by to take your call. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call now. This offer is available for a limited time only. Operators are standing by to take your call. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call now. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call now.
Welcome back, everyone, to ESPN's continued coverage of Matchday 1 of the UEFA Champions League from Athens, Greece. Olympiacos, the home side, are leading 1-0 over FC Porto. Didn't seem to start out that way, but that's your score here at halftime. Let's check out the first half highlights. It was Porto on the attack. Shocharagu makes a big stop early on Folio.
Folio gets into a great position and unleashes a swerving left foot shot. Look at the keeper. Tremendous strike. He brings it down nice to begin with. The keeper just strays off his line. That was buried exactly where you want it.
Another chance for Porto. No offside was called here. Jardel. What's that save off the right hand? Shocharagu.
Well, Jardel's going to feel a bit unlucky here. Beats the offside trap and hits a sweet half volley. Shocharagu on fire.
Off the free kick, even, hitting it wide. The chance for Olympiacos.
This certainly could have put them in the driving seat. Look at Even, just doesn't get enough on the ball, flicks it wide from a good position.
Only 7 total shots. The possession has been Porto. They've been offside 4 times, and they could have had a lead in just the same way. Eddie, it could be a 3-0 Olympiacos game, actually.
Yeah, exactly, JP. There's been some good chances for both teams, but Porto has definitely dominated the game possession-wise, but the scoreline says 1-0 Olympiacos.
And besides the great goal that you saw by Giannakopoulos, Shocharagu has been the story in the first half. Of those saves he made, they were all great ones. Olympiacos leads at halftime. We'll see if that changes when we come back. Second half.
Puntual. Precisión en diseño y funcionamiento. Es lo que ha hecho de Ericsson el líder mundial en comunicación celular.
Discover Dominican Republic, where it all began.
The winds of change are blowing. Carved by the winds of change. Hyundai.
The PGA Tour presents the 1997 Greater Vancouver Open. While some members of the PGA Tour were in Ohio, the majority headed north of the border for the Greater Vancouver Open. Heading down the stretch, a two-man shootout developed between Andrew McGee and Mark Calcavecchia. When both faced similar eagle putts at the par 5 12, it was Mark Calcavecchia who found the bottom of the cup. When they arrived at 18, Andrew McGee had one more chance. With a birdie putt to force a playoff, McGee's hopes slipped away. Tapping in for the win, Mark Calcavecchia is the 1997 Greater Vancouver Open champion.
Dutch football is coming your way this Sunday. In fact, each and every Sunday is a Dutch football Sunday this week. It's Corona JC versus SC Aaron B. Join Mike Hill and Eddie Mike for the call. Check your local listings for the exact time in your area. On Monday, it's Mike Hill and Tommy Smith. On this call, Liverpool versus Aston Villa, two of the great games in English soccer. English Premier League action also comes your way on a regular basis every Monday here on ESPN. Check your local listings for the time in your area. The Premier League back on Monday. Back to the action. Moments on the pool leads the officials out. Olympiacos leading FC Porto 1-0 here at halftime. Olympiacos scored the goal. Both of these teams are off to good starts in their respective leagues, although it is early in both. Several teams tied in the top with 6 points in one of those teams, Olympiacos. They've got a perfect record so far. Yeah, that strong defense has been helping. They've scored 5 goals. They've given up 2 so far. One of those wins at home, 1 away. Porto on top. Brilliantly, they've not even given up a goal yet.
That's a 4-0 win in the last game over Estrella Menora. Maintain a position at the top. So Porto come in good form. Hopefully they can carry that through and maybe regain it into the second half.
Both of these teams came in with some confidence. Porto looked stronger in the beginning, but the backup goalkeeper, Shochiroglu, who is becoming a bigger story as this game progresses, kept them at bay, denied them their good scoring chances early. He robbed Foglia, he robbed Jardel. There were a couple of other times where he didn't even get credit for a save, but came out and blocked crosses. He was in command of his goal. Meanwhile, Correa at the other end seemed to be caught out of position on that only goal.
Yes, we'll look early in the lineup, see if there's anything reshuffled, any lineup changes, because Porto certainly didn't wait. The coach went to the bench early, brought off Barros, shoved him into the midfield and really adjusted quickly.
Second half underway. Great atmosphere today from Athens. There are always upsets in the Champions League, and even though home field advantage is important, I think a lot of people would have thought that Porto could do enough to win here today, and they still might. This one is too long, and it goes on a play.
They've certainly got to like this format, haven't they, JP, because the possibilities are endless, and you know, even the league stages, you've got to win the matches. First place is your target. Second place, you might get through. As we take a look at the goalkeeper, Shochiroglu, but you know, going through to the advanced stages, we've got the possibility of some familiar matchups with, you know, you could have the Dutch champion and the runners-up, the English champion and the runners-up in the groups. And the possibilities are really intriguing.
Last year, Alex Ferguson said his team lost twice in the matchday series and still went on, and he thinks that this year you can't do that. Olympiacos will play it across, and the stumble is costly, and the deflection could be two. Cleared it. The ball doesn't land in the back of the net, but an Olympiacos player does, and Correa has some lower back pain to think about. Looked like Ivic had gone through.
Our viewers won't really appreciate how difficult a save this is. He's moving one way. Look how he keeps his feet moving and just gets a fist to it to keep the ball out the back of the net. The shot takes some deflection, and the goalkeeper, Correa, is actually moving one way. This is quick feet to move the other way now. That fist is important.
Telecast, so stick around for that. Garcia. Straight ahead, Rui Barros. In a space, they've got to find Jardel this half. They certainly couldn't find him in the first half after the first 10 or so minutes. The ball was intended for Foley.
Also, JP, they have Artur on the bench, who is also a tremendous attacking force. And maybe if they bring him on and give Jardel some support, then Jardel wouldn't have to carry the load by himself. But certainly they've got to find Jardel.
We saw a shot of Capucho on the bench too, looking like he's going to be coming on soon. Correa has misplayed that. It's cleared out. Olympiacos bench right now a little confident, but also cautious. Long way to go before this one's over.
In last year's championship, Champions League, Porto, the goalkeeper really let them down when they needed it. You know, you might question Correa for the goal, you know, that Giancarlo scored, but he certainly came up with a big save early in the second half.
What you're talking about is Ilario out there against Manchester United.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, they've thrown him in there really, and he just got shell-shocked.
Surprise start that day, as I recall, because Wozniak was there. Wozniak has since left the team. From the corner for Olympiacos, and that's cleared by Porto. Out of play for a throw-in. Iniades. Busted up. Controlled though by Pasalis. He lost it. Porto come back. Straight up the middle. The long ball played from the sideline toward Foley, and that's deflected out.
Much better from Porto though. When they broke that time, they came at the team with speed, and you can see Shochiraglu really urging his defenders on, giving them a little slap and making sure they stick to their task.
Foley will take the corner. Played in Euro 96. He's won 5 medals with Porto. The team just simply used to winning. Played right through the middle. No one could get to it. Here's a long-distance shot that was blocked. Someone along that defensive unit was able to get to it. Porto thought it was theirs. It's not.
We've seen some long-distance, long-range attempts, and that's sometimes an art that is lost in the modern game with this emphasis on passing and moving. But shooting is important. We've seen a great goal from long range and some good attempts.
Played inside. Let's give it back to the goalkeeper. Foley gives it up.
That's the discipline Olympiacos has shown. They're staying behind the ball, but once it's played into midfield, they're really closing down the midfielders and challenging. Not under pressure here. They're just going to allow Porto to have good possession here. Once that ball slotted into midfield, you just watch how many red shirts are on the ball.
Right through, onside, but the keeper saw it all the way. Shochiraglu had 2 players to think about and never hesitated.
I tell you what, if the coach hasn't got grey hairs before this game, he's certainly going to have after this game. I mean, that offside trap just was such a perilous way to live it. It got broken that time. The pass just led too far.
We're going to allow a substitution. Porto. Capucho is going to come on. Portugal International replacing Rui Barros. For all his skill level, Barros couldn't seem to get it done today in the midfield.
Yeah, possibly a surprising substitution in a lot of ways, because Barros still, I mean, he's got the experience to just weather a game like this and maybe come up with something. But as you say, he was ineffective for a lot of this game.
Rick said that. We remember that one great pass that he made that could have resulted in a goal.
And that's where a player of that quality is capable of just that one breathtaking moment. Maybe that's all you need to learn.
Iniades plays it wide left. Jurjevic. Olympiacos pushing it through. They were looking for Alex Andres. The great goal scorer hasn't had a sniff today for a goal.
That was well read by the Brazilian Alucier. Lucio, he timed that well, read it, and came away with the ball. Well, he's got 5 medals with Porto. Who hasn't?
Play back. Shotroglu clears. Now when he cleared with authority. Strong right. Loses possession, but he blasted it away.
That just shows the mentality, JP. They're taking no risk. Safety first. If there's ever a doubt, any danger, they're just going to clear the lines and start defending once again.
So Antonio Oliveira, he's already made a couple of changes.
I think Oliveira's, of the two coaches, is definitely under more pressure, JP. That, you know, Porto expected to come out with something in this campaign, expected to advance. They have the experience from last year to ride on it. I think Oliveira will be feeling some pressure.
Menz plays it back to Aloisio. They'll send it long down the left side. It took a tough hop on Folia. They'll cross it.
Looking for Jardel again. A bit unlucky. Jardel trying a great piece of skill pulling out there, but just couldn't pull it off in that moment. They're certainly looking for a man.
This was broken up. Ball possession still favors Porto by a good margin. It's not helping him on the scoreboard.
But a lot of that possession, JP, has been square and back passes. And, you know, Olympiacos have done well to keep Porto in front of them. And that's where they want to have them. So Porto have to turn that possession into, you know, passes which get behind, penetrating passes, and ultimately goals.
I'm a big disbeliever in that statistic. It's you can read into it what you want. Ajax will always have the better ball possession even when they lose.
Absolutely. You've covered too many games to know that.
Right sideline. Looking for some room. Porto finding it on this cross. Headed down. Another save. Shotroglu continues to be the star of the game. And a Porto player just went down in the box, but there was no call made. Oh, Alexander submitted surgery in the morning for that. Too long for Ivic, but the goalkeeping story has become sensational.
That is the save of the match because the header was perfectly placed, headed down just where you wanted it for Shotroglu to get down. We'll take a look at it. Here's the ball stood up there. This head is perfect. It's headed down, it's going for the corner, it just bounces up, maybe at the right hand foot. That's an outstanding save.
And even an awkward save, Jardel's right there at the post. Brilliant goalkeeping. Back. Opposed to score the goal. Made the defensive play. Aloisio. 56th minute. 1-0 Olympiacos. As great as that goal was, the goalkeeping, I think, has been even better.
Yeah, it's going to be ironic, isn't it? A great goal gets overshadowed possibly by a goalkeeping performance. Shotroglu is brilliant right now.
All the way to the right wing. Cross, and that's intercepted. Quick counter. It was there, but it's denied. Solid. The chase is Pasales. Olympiacos have everything well covered right now. Arasanovic. Oh, the give and go is there. Possession. A great crowd behind him, and a step ball is very constant for the bench.
That's unfortunate because that move looked so promising. I mean, there was one option, as you say, they didn't go, they didn't play, but it wasn't a bad second choice. Drulovic just fell over himself.
Porto coming back, trying to find some holes. There wasn't one there. Won the title here last year. Won 4 titles with 80 points, too. Right through. Shotroglu, but the flag was up. He applauds the referee's assistant.
offside position.
The Shocheroglu clear. Ivic can't get through two defenders in the 58th minute. And whistle will stop play. Time for us to tell you about the National Football League game. It's the Battle of Florida. And would you have thought that Tampa Bay would have had the better record? They're undefeated under Tony Dungy in Dungy's second year. Miami versus Tampa Bay from Tampa, live on Sunday. Check the local listings for the time in your area. Mark Brown and Marty Lyons for the call of that game. Pushed wide by Olympiacos. Georgievich crosses wide of a diving keeper. Correa missed it. Settled. Miniatis tries again, this time to the near post, and that's cleared. Foul is going the other way. Georgievich can strike a ball and put it exactly where he wants it. I mean, that left foot across is just coming in with such great precision, and the keeper has such trouble moving his feet and getting to it. We got the fourth official checking one of the stats there. Olympiacos spinning it inside. I think a good chance at goal. Maybe it's a corner. It is. Charbel says no. They deflected it out. It's very apparent that Olympiacos work very hard on the training pitch on the set plays. I mean, their set plays have been right in the money. If they haven't resulted in a chance, it's been, you know, a close chance, and Porto scrambling to get these away. Sent back out, a missed kick. It was there. And now cleared by Porto. Into space. Oh, maybe not too far ahead. Forget the maybe. That's too bad for Porto, because there was a chance. There was room on the sideline. Even with the defender, Karatidis there. Folio just knocked it too far ahead. Yeah, another example of Porto getting anxious, JP. I mean, Folio had time, you know, and he just got anxious, and his first touch was horrific, really. He just played it to the defender. He did well just to marshal him off, but he had time to compose himself, and he lost his composure. A couple of players are coming in. There's Artur, you were speaking about earlier, 14 on the left. He is going to come on for Folio. So the Brazilian connection is out there now between Jardel and Artur. And Olympiacos wanted to bring in Dabizas. And that's who's coming on. Dabizas for Alexandros. Clearly a total defensive move. Alexandros is a striker. Dabizas is a left defender for the most part. Yep, the tactics are clear, aren't they? I mean, you know, you bring off the top scorer in the Greek league last year and you bring on the defender. No mystery what's happening there. You know, it could be a strategy that backfires, or, you know, if it comes off at the end of the game, everyone's going to say the coach was a tactical genius. Karatidis up for Georgievich. 61st minute, 1-0 Olympiacos. Long distance clearance, Porto denies that. That was Porto's third sub, by the way, Artur. So the chess game won't continue in terms of the subs. We come to you today from Spiros Louis Stadium in Athens, Greece. Match day one of the UEFA Champions League. One great goal by Giannakopoulos. One great goalkeeping display by Shocheroglu. He's been the difference in the game, without question. Foul called to number 6, Anatolakis. Olympiacos with the ball. They'll clear it. So with 13 minutes to go, obviously you don't want to second guess a coach, because he knows his players better than anybody else. But I think it's a long time to try and sit back and hold out against a team as potent as Porto. Miniatis pulls it back. Olympiacos might get lucky if they can win this, because they were in this defensive mode earlier in the half, in the first half. Not really playing where they were to get that game. Yes, you know, everything they're attacking by the counter. Porto actually fell asleep there, because if the 1-2 was played right, Olympiacos was in. But the onus is on Porto really to, you know, set the tone and find a way through
through the staunch defense. And if they can't do that, this is going to be a result which will go down in Greek history, really.
Artur had the great start last year in the Champions League. He got 4 goals, as I recall, just a couple of games in, and then was quiet after that. Porto in the blue and white looking for it, but it's Olympiacos who will pull it down. Oh, that ball had potential until it was picked off. No room on that sideline. Olympiacos' one weakness today has probably been in that offside trap, and also at times down the middle. Oh, outside, not even a foul. I was wondering whether it was outside or inside. There's not even a foul. Artur does not believe it.
Just look at Artur's face. I mean, there's a real look of disbelief there. Certainly, the stadium went very quiet, didn't it, JP?
Yes, quietest it's been. And a whistle. And I think Sandro Pool's been listening too much to Artur and won't listen anymore. Yellow card.
Well, let's get a good look right here.
I think Sandro Pool just gave the diving signal. I think he's bringing it back to call that. Looked like when he looked at Artur, he went forward and said, "You dove." I don't think it was for arguing with him.
I'm going to let the viewers call that one.
Again, if you're not in position, I mean, it looked like he got clipped at the very end. A little bit.
Yeah, but when it was slowed down, it looked like maybe the defender went and stopped, you know what I mean? So I think we're a bit too far away to know.
That shot way too high over Correa.
But it's certainly disappointing from Artur, because when you get in a position like that, really you should be thinking goal, you know, and really to go down in a position like that, if you get the call, you know, you got lucky, but you should really go on and try and finish the playoff. And, you know, if he clips you, then he really clips you.
Far sideline. Here's Porto looking for some space. And this one's knocked away. Corner kick coming up. Match day 1 of the UEFA Champions League. Match day 2 will be on October 1. These teams still have to face Real Madrid and Group D, who again look like the strongest of the group. No doubt. Drilovic on that cross that's cleared. Porto still with it. Played wide. Drilovic to the byline. Touched it too hard. It goes out. Porto are trying, it seems, to do too much now individually.
Yeah, again, tension, the pressure is creeping in, JP. And things that you'd normally do without no trouble all of a sudden becomes a bit harder because you're chasing the game. It's like playing a game uphill, JP, you know, trying to do something running uphill. It gets hard after a while. That's what's happening to Porto.
Giannakopoulos plays it across. Now gets some help from a teammate, and then it's lost. Artur knocks it back.
This really is the beauty of European Champions League, because they've got 2 evenly matched teams here. You know, Porto, you know, find themselves in the hole, so they're taking charge of this game. Olympiacos really is showing good discipline to maintain their poise and keep their shape.
67th minute, Olympiacos up by 1. Shotroglu thought about coming out. At the byline, this cross, and that's cleared. Looking at the referee's assistant for some help, it's going to be a corner. NFL football on Monday, Pittsburgh versus Jacksonville. The big question, who will quarterback Jacksonville? Mark Brunell taking some snaps. You've got Johnson, you've got Matthews, you've got 3 guys there for Jacksonville, all capable of winning. That's Monday. Drilovic on that corner, headed right to the keeper. That's his easiest play today.
Yeah, he'll certainly take those all day. And he's just grown from the first minute. You know, those question marks as the backup keeper. And, you know, we were talking as the first chance came by Jardel, and it was a breathtaking save, and from there this keeper's just grown 3 or 4 inches in stature.
Throw in for Giannakopoulos, 7 goals last year. Ivic. Talked about the possession stat, how misleading it can be, but right now that's what Olympiacos must be concerned about. They don't want it to still be 60-40 Porto. The best way to deny Porto is for Olympiacos to keep possession. Of course, another goal would help as they go for it. And the shot scooped up by Correa on Jurjevic.
Well, Jurjevic has been, I think, one of the pick of Olympiacos' players. I mean, he's been everywhere on that left side, and that left foot is very strong, and he's put in some great crosses, to be fair to him, and that was a good shot and well dealt with by Correa.
He made that one mistake on that brilliant goal that was scored. He seemed to be caught off the line. It's still a great goal no matter what, and maybe even if he is in position, it may not have mattered. He's made some other good saves since then. Not nearly as many as Shochoroglu. 69th minute. Olympiacos 1, Porto 0. On the road in Athens. Pump long. Shochoroglu again. What bravery, and he's paying the price for that. But no hesitation, out strong, did his best to protect himself and stop the ball. He succeeded in one of the 2.
Yes, and his defenders are showing concern for him. They're all around him. Look at him go for the ball. He's got his eyes on the ball only. Jardel's gone in with the arm, which, watch the arm, smack him right in the face there as he comes down. You know, his focus was the ball. He wasn't thinking about where Jardel was, and that's bravery there. You know, if you're not brave, you'll take a peek at Jardel, and then you'll take your eye off the ball, and it ends up in your net. But he's just kept his eye on the ball and paid for it.
He's playing today with so much poise and confidence right from the get-go. No confusion at all. He's completely in command of the goal mouth area.
Well, what a story this is going to be, if this scoreline can stand up, because, as you say, you don't really want your backup keeper in your first time you debut in the Champions League, do you?
Could make you a little nervous. And the stakes are so high, especially in this expanded format. Man's committed it. Look at take the ball and go.
Yeah, look at the frustration on him, though. I mean, nothing's going right for Porto there. It's been called for that arm there. See the arm? It's been called for the arm in the face. That's not a part of the game. That's rugby. You know, the frustration is taking the ball. Like you say, it looked like he was going to pack up and go home with the ball.
By the way, is that legal in rugby?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's why I never played. Too good looking for that.
Ball is cleared by Correa. Well, it's too early to play taps, although everyone's admiring the trumpeter. Here's Porto, needing one to tie. Artur trying room on the right side. Now gets some help on this cross for Jardel. That would have been a tough one for him. What are they going to say? Jardel pushed.
Well, you can see why Jardel gets so many goals, because anything thrown into the box, he's been around, hasn't he? And, you know, he just needs a bit of support to take some weight off him. He's got good size, so he's good in the air, very skillful, but he needs some help.
We start here with a free kick, Anatolakis. Mauricio is back. Pressured by the goal scorer. Porto have made their 3 subs, so players out there must do the job if Porto are to succeed and get some points out of this. 3 for a win, 1 for a draw.
You can see the difficulty that Porto are having. They play well. Get a bad foul there.
That was Capuccio that came in late.
The sub coming in and making a desperation foul there. But Porto just play one way. They've been schooled to play a good possession game here. Look at that for a clip. And, you know, it's drilled into them. They play that week in and week out. And now they need to change that style slightly to get the ball forward a bit quicker. They're unable to do it because that's the way they play.
Porto with the ball. Aloisio. And the stumble was costly for Artur. As you look at Artur, what's the best way, Eddie, for Porto to get back into this? They don't seem to have the answers.
Well, that's a tough question, isn't it? I mean, they just look so out of sync, but I really believe if they can get the ball forward quicker to Artur, forward quicker to Jardel, and play off him, and play quick passing off these guys, maybe they'll open up that defense, which has packed it in a bit. You know, a bit of width wouldn't help JP. They play without wingers, which is obviously hard, but I think if you're going to play without wingers, you've got to get the ball forward and play quicker.
Last foul going down was Giannakopoulos, paying, I guess, somewhat for the goal he scored. He'll take that punishment for goals like he scored earlier. It's the only goal of the game, and one that will be talked about, especially if it stands up, even if it doesn't, as one of the great goals for sure of the Champions League. And you can say that knowing that there's so many more games to play. We're only on match day 1. Porto denied that for the moment. And another moment as they clear it back. Maybe some room here for Jardel. Well, that's what they were trying to do, what you just said. You try to head it down to a player running beside him. You couldn't do it. But it was there. Olympiacos coming back. Frustrating day for Porto, too, doing a lot of chasing.
That's what Olympiacos have to do on the other hand. You alluded to it earlier, JP. Keep possession. You don't want to be dominated too much with possession.
Flicked forward. Ivic. And this one will go out for an Olympiacos corner.
What that does, you'll see Olympiacos in no hurry to get over there. Because time is ticking off the clock. The clock is in their favor. They're not going to rush to take this.
Olympiacos are warming up a sub too. I believe Bandovic was over there.
Look at this. That is time-wasted play, definitely. He's put the ball down, lined it up, and then his mates just come over and said, I've got it.
Georgiatos played it across. That one was mistimed in the air. Cleared out. Olympiacos back with it. 15 was Pasalis. Men's wide right for Porto. Switched by Porto to the left sideline. Tried a long scramble back for it. They go down the middle and now back wide. Artur's way. That's clear.
Yes, but they're trying. They're getting the ball forward a bit quicker and, you know, trying to hit target man and play off it. It's not quite coming off, but that's the way I think they got to do it.
Giannakopoulos gave it up to Dabizas. Dabizas came on in the second half for Alexandros. That's been their only switch. Wide open. But having to wait for it was Jurgiewicz. And Correa comes out and makes the play.
Yeah, that's the worst cross Jurgiewicz has put in because he's putting some beauties today. He had much more time to put in a better cross. He'll be disappointed with that one.
Watching match day 1 of the UEFA Champions League from Athens, Greece, along with Eddie White and Jean-Paul Delicampo. Only one goal. It was by Giannakopoulos. So long ago, 6th minute in. So many big saves though today for Shochoroglu. The backup goalkeeper getting a chance to shine as #1 today due to injury. #1 goalkeeper is Eleftheropoulos, and he is out for today and probably a while with a knee problem.
I believe the #1 goalkeeper tore his ACL, which is an injury which minimum takes 6 months, 8 months. So, you know, Shochoroglu could be in there for a long while.
Long distance shot well wide of the goalkeeper. May see a substitution. There are still players warming up for Olympiacos. Here in the 77th minute for that man, Coach Dusan Bajevic.
to be fair to him, I think he's, you know, pushed the right buttons today in every aspect. And obviously, I don't think he'd have anticipated that early goal, that brilliant goal. But since then, he's got his tactics very right.
Going down was Nidiaitis. Olympiacos with possession for the moment.
They're frustrating Porto now. Look at them, they're just playing the ball around. Give it away there.
Here comes Porto. In a space too far. Well blasted on. Shotroglu. Is he trying to kick it out of the stadium or in a goal?
Maybe he's trying to get his name on the score sheet, because there was no ceremony in that one. He just blasted that as far as he could to buy some time for the team. But once again, that offside trap was sprung and the pass was just led too far. Jardel was again looking, sniffing, trying to get a goal.
Olympiacos coming back on the right. Nidiaitis, number 8.
This is the way they're taking this thing out of Porto. They're just stringing it around. As I keep saying that, they give it away.
Jardel played it up. Now gets some help. Several players push forward now for Porto. These are desperate times. They'll get a corner out of it off that deflection. Road to World Cup 98 continues on Wednesday. Slovakia versus Spain. Check the local listing for the time in your area. Spain can win the group with a positive result in that match on the road. Jurovic. Look at again the keeper coming out. Shotroglu measured it all the way, and now gets some help on one of his few mistakes. He was late getting back.
Well, you're right there, JP. He made a mistake because that's too far for a keeper to come in. All he could get was a poor punch on it. The ball back in was in the net, actually. The defenders, you know, to be fair to them, he's bailed them out. Why not bail your keeper out once in a while?
Just making that play. I mean, if you're going to come out that far, you've got to clear it farther.
Yeah, that's one time he's just got a little over anxious, and he's gone when he shouldn't have gone in. He got away with it this time, but that's not real good goalkeeping there.
Oh, we're back with the ball. Aloisio. Got about 10 minutes or so, depending on injury time, to generate something.
That's indicative of Porto. They've just been somewhat out of sync, and Jurovic just letting the ball go through his legs. They're a better team. They know they are. They're a better team than what they've shown today. Obviously, if they don't get the win, they'll set them back a bit, but I think Porto can rebound in this group easily.
Salas plays it forward. Gets his own ball. The defense is there. Alina Santos. Possession is going to be maintained by Olympiacos. And again, they waste time. On the sidelines, that's Gojic from Cyprus. Big goal scorer, especially a few years back.
Look at this, look at the clock, keep ticking. They're deciding whether to take the sub or shall we take the throw first. And, you know, definite ploys going on. These guys are smart enough to know what they're doing.
Sandro Poole says, don't worry, to the Porto players. I've got the watch on it.
Oh, we're going to have that mysterious injury time, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. And justifiably here. Look how long they are taking for this. Jackals leaves. Gojic will come in.
Gojic just getting his final instructions as he's going to trot, I suspect, deep into the Olympiacos half.
Butcher has some questions for Sandro Poole. It's probably clock related. Whistle again. 82nd minute. Porto running out of time. Precious time left here in Athens. It's at least a mild upset in the making. Would be a bigger upset, obviously, if the game was in Portugal, but still an upset.
Yeah, 3 points is 3 points, no matter where it is, and Porto expected to get them. I firmly believe that. And Olympiacos, you know, they won't openly admit it, but a point might have been something they've been happy with, JP.
If they're not careful, they could still only get that 1 point. Right now, they're trying to protect the 1-goal lead. But again, remember their defensive record, the best in Greece last year, the best ever in the Greek First Division.
That's a great point. Don't forget that, because a team that's used to keeping the ball out of the net has something about them.
There's the goal score. Almost there. Giannakopoulos knocking on the door.
Well, he's holding his head because he knows how close he came. What a fine move. You know, flowing, nice interchange of passing. He takes the return pass. Look at that, how close it is. The keeper got a fingertip to it. This is well hit. Let's look at the keeper there. He gets up from the behind the goal angle. I think he got a fingertip to it.
84th minute. Olympiacos 1. Porto nothing. Jurgiewicz.
Smart play, JP. Jurgiewicz gets around, could have put the cross in, but there was no premium for putting the cross in. Olympiacos don't need another goal, so he just held on to it. There, he was going to put the cross in, holds on to it, draws the contact there, gets a free kick, which stops the clock. So it doesn't stop the clock, it runs in their favour. So.
Keeping it alive on the right. Neniadis. Ivic to the byline. Couldn't get it through. I thought the ball might have even been over. It's close.
I'll tell you what, had Ivic gone down, it would have been a serious claim for a penalty. I mean, that's an area where if there's any contact made, the referees don't hesitate. He stayed on his feet to his credit, but
that was late. Gojic says that's my first touch. It wasn't on the ball.
He knows the one thing you don't want to accumulate is yellow cards in this format, because that will cost your team in this round robin play.
Over the yellows, you miss another game. Miss the next game. Artur cutting, shifting, and shooting, and it's blocked. Trying to do it all.
Well, there are 5 defenders closing in on him. Artur was waiting to open up the chance, and it just wouldn't fall through.
Olympiacos in possession. They'll keep it on the ground. In the box on the turn was Gojic. Long shot. Correa. That one could have been a 2-0 game, and in fact, game over.
I give Olympiacos a lot of credit, JP. I mean, yes, they have sat back. Yes, they've soaked up the pressure. So we see a bad foul here.
Anatolakis got away with one.
So Olympiacos, you know, they've soaked up the pressure, but to their credit, they still had good chances. And, you know, they've chased the game when they needed to.
Gojic with another takedown. What an awkward start he's had in this appearance.
I'm sure he's been sent in just to hustle it, you know, keep people away from their goals, so they won't be displeased with what he's done.
Give and go. Down the middle. And Jardel had it blocked. They're going to say he cuts it last. Karatides a rock on defense.
Look at the captain there. Look, the touch, one touch too many, robs him of their chance there.
It's Capucho actually, not Jardel.
Yeah, it was a great return ball by Jardel to Capucho. He took one touch too many, and the captain came up with a tackle. You know, Karapetis has been in the side since 1988. He's been a mainstay of this team. One important tackle, JP.
Olympiacos with it. Outside of the box. A couple of fakes. players going down. Incidental contact rule, no foul on either player. Porto players with their hands over their heads.
Well, they can't believe that. I mean, they sprung the offside trap again. Once again, the referee didn't see a foul there.
Oh, that's late and nasty on Barroso. And the yellow card was just issued. Not to Barroso, it was to Mendes.
Sando pulled it up there. Referee really needs to keep a close watch on this because that is a horrific tackle. It's gone just for right through it. No intention of getting the ball. Porto are frustrated. That's what is showing over.
But he didn't book the Porto player for that. He booked Mendes for apparently giving him a little lip over it later.
He must be Portuguese.
Off that free kick for Olympiacos. They're sensing it here now in Athens. The singing is picked up, the chanting, the drumming.
I'll tell you one thing, defenders don't get a lot of credit in this game. It's always a forwards game, but that tackle by Titus, the captain, to stop the advancing move was brilliant.
Capucho about 2 minutes earlier. Chance. On this cross, Correa's got it. Giannakopoulos sent it through.
Well, it's desperate for Porto now. They really got to get this ball forward and get it forward quickly.
Olympiacos want to make another substitution before this is over. And it's almost over. We're in the 90th minute. Depending on injury time. There will be some added on, for sure. Maybe even a few minutes. This one goes out for a corner.
I'm sure they're going to try and make the substitution as soon as they can.
Walked out for a throw-in. Clock is running out on Porto. We're going to allow the substitution now, it looks like. That's Savanovic, who will replace Ivic. Ivic got the job done today. Didn't score, almost did. Helped to create some things with his fellow Yugoslavian Georgievich in front.
Yeah, very workman-like performance by Ivic, and he's put himself about and really played for the team, JP.
So Ivic leaves. Savanovic comes on, another Yugoslavian. He's played for AEK Athens as well, winning 3 titles with them. Played across, headed down again, but the keeper's in good position.
It's Jardel again. He's been called for pushing. There's a sign for the push because he pushed to get over the top of the ball, but once again the cross comes in. Who's on it for Porto? Jardel. And he's really been there, the attacking force, I believe, for Porto today. Look at the cross coming in. You can see him climbing on top of the back there. There's the arm leaning down.
Shortshot clears. A minute gone in injury time. We'll recap things when we return once this match is over. Not only recap this game, but also all of match day 1. Tell you the winners and the losers.
It certainly seems there's going to be a big party in Athens tonight.
Giannakopoulos. Good speed, then he's just knocked down. Play continues, a minute and a half of injury time gone. Sando Pool looking back, not making any call. That's it! Olympiacos with an upset win at home. Giannakopoulos has the only goal, but the scoring was Shortshot goal.
Yeah, brilliant performance by Shortshot. The reserve goalkeeper turned good. He's had a magnificent game
ESPN invites you into a new era of healthy living. Kiana's Flex Appeal helps you get the most from toning and strength training workouts. Visit Fitness Beach for a more moderate impact aerobic exercise. For the latest in health club style workouts, get into Crunch Fitness. Look for Kiana's Flex Appeal, Fitness Beach, and Crunch Fitness weekday mornings on ESPN. They'll be looking for you. ESPN presents Profiles.
No, la verdad que es una emoción impresionante.
It's an intensely emotional moment when you make a goal, more so if it's in front of your own people. It'll always be hard to explain because it's such a wonderful sensation. I believe making goals is the most important thing in soccer. You help your team win by making goals, and when you make one, you get goosebumps all over. It's a precious sensation because you know you're helping your team, and obviously you're representing a whole nation.
Todo un país, ¿no?
Ellos saben que la placa dentobacteriana causa problemas en dientes y encías, y el cepillado no siempre la elimina. Por eso usan todos los días Colgate Plax. Colgate Plax, con su fórmula clínicamente probada, ayuda a remover y combatir fácilmente la placa dentobacteriana. Colgate Plax ayuda al cepillo a combatirla, evitando que se vuelva a formar. Usa diariamente Colgate Plax, el placer de una boca limpia.
Breaking through the clutter of international sports news, providing you with the updates and the highlights you want to see. ESPN SportsCenter International Edition, with complete sports news coverage from around the world. The important events, the major players, and the major leagues. SportsCenter International Edition, bringing you our best in sports news every day, only on ESPN.